Hi dear friends, good morning to all. Myself Bhausai Sononi, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, Kokli Education Society's Arts, Commerce and Science College, Jawar, District Palak. Dear friends, in the last part of this online video lecture series, we studied about Langmuir adsorption isotherm. We have we also studied about the validity of Langmuir adsorption isotherm. It means that how can we check whether the adsorption follows Langmuir adsorption isotherm or not? And it is possible to study with the help of Langmuir adsorption isotherm equation. Definitely last time we have also seen this Langmuir adsorption isotherm equation is the equation of straight line which is passing through origin and having y-intercept. Whenever we are plotting the graph for any type of adsorption, then from the nature of graph it is possible to describe or to decide whether the adsorption follows Langmuir adsorption isotherm or not. Dear friends, in the previous part of the video we have also studied about the various assumptions or the postulates stated by means of an bet, which are the initials of three scientists who has given different postulates, and based upon the postulate they have derived the equation in order to describe the multimolecular or the multi-layer adsorption, and that equation based upon the postulate is derived is called as the Bet equation. Dear friends, today in this part of the video also we are going to study about the validity of Bet adsorption equation as well as Bet equation. And during the validity of this Bet equation, definitely we are also going to plot a graph, and in from the nature of the graph we are able to decide, we are able to predict whether the adsorption follows Bet adsorption isotherm or not. This is an important topic in this today's lecture. So, dear friends, in the previous part, we discussed about the postulates stated by means of an bet, and based upon these postulates, definitely we have studied the equation, and that equation is called as the Bet equation. Before discussing the validity of Bet adsorption isotherm, I would like to revise the Bet adsorption equation or the equation for Bet adsorption isotherm. And here this is the equation, which is called as the Bet equation, and this is simply P upon V into P0 minus P, which is equal to 1 upon Vm into C plus C minus 1 upon Vm into C into P upon P0. Here this volume Vm, this is the volume of gas required for the formation of single layer on the unit mass of adsorbent or on the surface of unit mass of adsorbent. So how much volume is required for the formation of single layer to cover the unit mass of adsorbent, that much volume of gas is indicated by Vm. V is the equilibrium volume of gas which is adsorbed per unit mass of adsorbent at any particular pressure and the given temperature T. So this is the volume of gas which is adsorbed on the surface of adsorbent at pressure P and the temperature T. Try to understand the distinguish between Vm. Vm is the volume required for the formation of single layer on the surface of adsorbent, and V is the equilibrium volume of gas adsorbed per unit mass of adsorbent at pressure P and the temperature T, which is the constant. And P0, this P0 is the saturated pressure, because adsorption also depends upon the pressure, and this saturated pressure, vapor pressure of adsorbed gas at given constant temperature T, and C is a constant which is equal to e raised to delta H1 minus delta H adsorption divided by R into T, that we discussed in the previous part. I tried to revise this, because based upon the same we are going to discuss, we are going to study about the validity of Bate equation. So dear friends, this is the equation based upon the postulate stated by Bate, and this equation is called as the Bate equation. If this above equation is compared with the equation of straight line, then this equation is the equation of y is equal to mx plus c. So this is a equation of straight line which is not passing through origin, but it has a y-intercept and also having the positive slope. And that's why, based upon the Bate equation, if the plot of p upon v into p0 minus p is plotted against p upon p0, then it gives straight line having y-intercept 1 upon vm into c, and the slope of this line will be equal to c minus 1 divided by vm into c. So dear friends, you can see here, this is the plot of p upon v into p0 minus p against or the versus p upon p0. Then we are getting such type of the straight line. We are getting such type of the straight line, and this straight line is having, then this straight line is having slope, which is equal to, slope of this line will be equal to c minus 1 divided by vm into c, and y-intercept of this straight line will be equal to 1 upon vm into c. So from this slope as well as y-intercept of this straight line, here it is possible to calculate the value of Vm. This is the volume required for the formation of single layer on the surface of adsorbent, and you see here it is a constant. But here from this slope and the y-intercept of this line, it is possible to calculate the value of Vm as well as C. So before discussing the calculation of these values, here it is possible to calculate the surface area of adsorbent with the help of this Bate equation. And here, for this purpose, how can we calculate the surface area of adsorbent with the help of volume of gas adsorbed on the surface of adsorbent? Here we can discuss this. So for this purpose, we will consider the adsorption of particular gas like nitrogen on the surface of adsorbent like silica gel at 77 degree Kelvin. So definitely it is it is in the minus temperature, but this is the adsorption of nitrogen gas on the surface of silica gel at temperature of 77 Kelvin. Suppose here capital A, it is the surface area. This is the surface area of what? This is the surface area occupied by each adsorbed gas molecule. So this is the surface area of single gas molecule. I hope you can understand this. And how many molecules are adsorbed, their total surface area will depend upon the number of molecules, but the surface area occupied by each adsorbed gas molecule is indicated by capital A on the surface of adsorbent, and capital S be the surface area of adsorbent which available for the adsorption or maybe adsorbed by the gas molecule. But this is the total surface area, and we people are here interested to calculate the value of surface area of adsorbent, means the value of S. So for this purpose we will consider the type 2 of adsorption isotherm, in which initially there is the monolayer adsorption. After the monolayer adsorption there is saturation, and once the monolayer adsorption get completed, then the multilayer adsorption gets started at a particular point, and this point here indicated by means of an B. So this B is also called as a transition point, and this is the graph or the plot of, that is simply adsorbed molecules of the gas, means X upon M versus pressure at which the adsorption takes place, pressure adsorbed gas molecule, and this point B indicates the transition point at which the completion of first layer takes place and the monolayer adsorption gets started. And this volume at a point, at point B, the volume of gas at point B indicates that the volume of gas required for the formation of single layer on the surface of adsorbent, and this volume will be equal to the this volume of gas molecule will be equal to the surface area of adsorbent, total surface area. And how can we calculate this Vm? So if we know the value of Vm, from the value of this volume we will be able to calculate the surface area of adsorbent. So friends, we have this Bate equation. We are definitely here, our purpose is to calculate the value of Vm, means the volume of gas required for the formation of single layer on the surface of adsorbent, and that can be indicated with the point B in the previous slide. So here, in order to calculate the value of Vm volume, we will use the again Bate equation. We will use the plot given by the Bate equation, and this is very simple, that already we discussed about this. So this is the Bate equation, and this is the equation of straight line y is equal to mx plus c, and the plot of p upon v into p0 minus p versus p upon p0 gives a straight line with the slope of c minus 1 divided by vm upon c, and y-intercept of this line will be 1 upon vm into c. Definitely it's very important, and this much volume, this is called as the vm. Definitely how can we calculate, we will discuss this. And this is the plot of p upon v into p0 minus p versus p upon p0, and from this plot it is possible to calculate the value of vm as well as c. And how can we calculate? If we will consider this plot, then from the plot of this, from this plot, definitely we are getting a slope of this line, and the slope of this line will be equal to c minus 1 divided by vm into c, and the y-intercept will be 1 upon vm into c. If we take the addition of this slope and the y-intercept, means c minus 1 divided by vm upon c plus 1 upon vm upon c. Here the denominator is same, means we can simply add the numerator c minus 1 plus 1. It means that this plus 1, sorry, minus 1 plus 1 will get cancelled, and there will be equal to, there will be equal to what? There will be equal to c upon vm into c. So this c and this c will get cancelled, and we will have the addition of slope and the y-intercept, and that will be only equal to 1 upon vm. And dear friends, if we will take the reciprocal of this equation, definitely we will get the value of vm. This is the volume of gas required for the formation of single layer on the surface of adsorbent, and this volume can be used to calculate the surface area of adsorbent. So here take the reciprocal of addition of slope of this line and the y-intercept of this line. Definitely from this we can calculate the value of vm. Here this vm is represent the volume of gas at point B. Then the number of moles from the volume, the number of moles of the gas can be calculated as from this equation. This equation is equal to PV is equal to nRT, and this is the equation of what? This is the equation of ideal gas, because already from the assumption stated by Langmuir, here the gas which is considered to be absorbed, so that gas behave ideally, so we can use this ideal equation. But here this volume is replaced by means of an Vm, so Vm, so number of moles for that N will be equal to PVm divided by R into T0, and P0 is the saturated pressure, so N will be equal to P0 into Vm, so this is just equal to PV divided by RT, but here this is T0, constant temperature at which the adsorption takes place. And from this, once the value of Vm is calculated, and from the value of Vm we can calculate the number of moles, and from the number of moles it is possible to calculate the number of molecules. So this is the number of moles that we calculated in the previous slide. From this number of moles, the number of molecules in n mole is given by n into Na, because 1 mole of substance contains Avogadro's number. That's why n number of mole contains number of mole multiplied by Avogadro's number, which is equal to 6.023 into 10 raised to 10 to 3. So this is the value of this Avogadro's number. And if it has 2 number of mole, it will be multiplied by 2. So that is number of moles multiplied by Avogadro's number will give you the total number of molecules adsorbed on the surface of adsorbent. And already we have stated that capital A is the surface area of each adsorbed molecule. So this is the surface area of single adsorbed molecule. So how many molecules are adsorbed on the surface of adsorbent, then their surface area is indicated by means of an S. So this total surface area is equal to the total surface area or the covered by gas molecule. It means that the volume of gas molecule required for the formation of single layer will be equal to the total surface area, and that can be obtained by multiplying the total number of molecules multiplied by the surface area of each molecule. Whenever the surface area of each molecule is multiplied by total number of molecule, then we are getting the surface area occupied by all the molecule, and which is equal to the surface area of adsorbent. So dear friends, I think you got a clear idea how can we calculate the surface area of adsorbent, which is equal to the surface area occupied by all gas molecule, all adsorbed gas molecule, and from the surface area occupied by all adsorbed gas molecule, we can simply calculate the surface area of adsorbent. Based upon the same, we can discuss some numericals here. Suppose here you can consider one numerical based upon the determination of surface area. In adsorption of hydrogen, and on powder copper, the monolayer is formed with 1.45 into 10 raised to minus 3 dm cube of hydrogen measured at STP per gram of powder. If the density of liquid hydrogen is given 0.07 kg per dm cube, calculate the surface area or the specific area of copper. Here, dear friends, here the volume of gas is given for the formation of monolayer, and this volume is given in the dm cube. So we should know the number of molecules present in this much dm cube. Remember that 1 dm cube of any gas, is always equivalent to 22.4 liter of the gas, and that contains 6.023 into 10 raised to 23. I hope you can understand. So here this 1.45 into 10 raised to minus 4, 1.45 into 10 raised to minus 4 dm cube contains how many number of molecule? So here 1 mole is equivalent to 1 dm cube is equivalent to, or 1 mole is equivalent to 22.4 liter, means 22.4 dm cube contains 6.023 into 10 raised to 23. So 22.4 equivalent to Avogadro's number, and that is 6.023 into 10 raised to 23. So 1.45 into 10 raised to minus 10 is equivalent to x. So make the cross multiplication, then you will get this 1.45 into 10 raised to minus 3 into Avogadro's number, this Avogadro's number, divided by x will be equal to divided by 22.4. So this 22.4. After making the calculation, you will get the number of molecules of hydrogen, total number of molecules of hydrogen present in 1.45 into 10 raised to minus 3 dm cube of hydrogen at STP will be equal to 3.9 into 10 raised to 19. I hope you can understood this. Assuming the liquid gas or assuming the liquid hydrogen to be closely packed, the molar volume of hydrogen will be indicated by NV, where N is the Avogadro's number, V is the volume of one molecule. That's why N is the Avogadro's number and V is the volume of single molecule. So NV will be the volume of all molecules, and if rho is the density of liquid, then this V can be calculated. because density rho, it is the ratio of what? It is the ratio of mass divided by volume, mass per into volume. You know very well. This volume of all molecule indicated by n. So NV, m upon n into V. So from this we can calculate the value of V as m upon n into rho. So we have the mass that 2 into 10 raised to minus 3. How is the 2? Because it is given that it is the hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas is present in the form of S2 and it has the molecular weight 2, but it is in CGS. So in the kg it will be, that is, it is 2 grams. So in the kg it will be 10 raised to minus 3, 2 into 10 raised to minus 3. So this is the from the molecular weight of hydrogen. N, it is the Avogadro number 6.023 raised to 23, and rho is the density of hydrogen, that is given here 0.07. So by making the calculation of all this, by making the simplification of powers of all 10 raised to powers, we will get simply 4.743 into 10 raised to minus 26 dm cube, and it is in the meter cube because this is the volume. 4.7 into 10, 4.743 into 10 raised to minus 29. So this is the volume. This is the volume of all gas molecules adsorbed on the surface area of copper, powdered copper. So with this volume, we will be able to calculate the surface area of copper on which the adsorption takes place. So this is the value of volume that we got from this volume, and the volume of gas molecule, as it is the spherical in shape. So this is the volume of sphere, 4.3 into pi r cube. So we can simplify this equation for the r. So we will take this that is third root, and definitely r cube becomes r, third root of this 3 into v divided by 4 into pi. So by putting all this, because already this is the volume of gas molecule that we calculated in the previous slide, and if we will put all this value 4.743 into 10 raised to minus 29 divided by 4 into pi 3.14, the third root of this will become 2.246 into 10 raised to minus 10 meter. So this is the volume. This is the volume of gas which is present in the form of sphere. Therefore area of cross section of hydrogen molecule, so that is area of sphere will be pi r square. This r is obtained here, 3.14 into 2.246 into 10 raised to minus 10 square. By making this, we are getting the area of cross section for hydrogen molecule 15 to 15.84 into 10 raised to minus 20. Therefore the specific area, so this is the area of single molecule, and whenever this area of single molecule is multiplied by all number of molecules, then we will get the surface area covered by the molecules and different number of molecules of hydrogen into area of cross section of single molecule, that is 0.9 into 10 raised to 19 that we got in the previous slide. How we can, so this is the number of molecule that we got here. I hope you can understand. So already we have calculated the number of molecule in 1.45 into 10 raised to minus 3 dm cube of hydrogen at STP, and from this we will be able to calculate the surface area covered by all gas molecule, means the surface area of adsorbent, and number of molecule multiplied by area of cross section of each gas molecule 15.84 into 10 raised to minus 20, and we get the 6.178 meter square per gram. So this is the surface area of copper covered by gas molecule, or the total surface area of copper on which the adsorption takes place. So dear friends, I think in this lecture you got a clear idea about the validity of Bate equation and how can we calculate or determine the surface area of adsorbent with the help of volume required for the formation of single layer on the surface of adsorbent or on the surface of unit mass of adsorbent. So from the volume of adsorbed gas, we are able to calculate the surface area of adsorbent. So dear friends, Right now, from the first topic of the first lecture of this topic based upon the surface chemistry, we almost tried to cover all the topic. And from the next part of the video, we are going to discuss another topic based upon the surface chemistry, which is called like the colloids and the classification of colloids, different types of the colloids. We will discuss the various substances that is also related to surface chemistry. So, dear friends, we will again resume in the next part of the video to discuss colloids and the different parts based upon the colloids. So thank you very much to listen me. Thank you.